Students, welcome back to another class of business studies. I'm Neeta Biju. In our today's class, we're going to study about the types of companies we have, and this is one of the important form of business organization. So we'll study the types of companies. So mainly there are two types of companies. One is private company, and the other one is public company. So we are going to do this private and public company, its features, and what is the difference between the two, and how the private company has more privilege than the public limited company. That is what we're going to study in today's class in the types of companies. So the first one is private company. A private company is a company which restricts the right of members to transfer its shares. So it doesn't have, a private company doesn't allow its members to transfer the shares very easily. It cannot transfer the shares. And what is a share? Share is the capital of the company is divided into different units and parts, and each part or unit is what is called as a share of the company. And this is how it is given for application to for subscription to the public, and public will subscribe to these shares. So here the private company, it restricts the right of transfer of its shares from one person to another. The second feature of private company is it has minimum 2 and maximum of 200 members. So it can start with minimum 2 members, a private company, and maximum of 200 members it can go, maximum only up to 200 members, minimum 2. And then it does not invite public to subscribe to its shares. Yes, it has limited members and it will not invite the public to subscribe to its shares. It is not allowed for allotment of shares or for subscription of shares to the public. Only the insiders can trade in shares. The next one very important point of private limited company is it is necessary for a private company to use the word private limited after its name. Yes, after every name of the company, the word private limited company should be used. So this is what is very important in a private company. So we'll study what are the privileges of a private limited company as against the public limited company. So how is it advantageous for a private limited company, and where in the public limited company is less advantageous? That is what we're going to study right now. So how it has privilege as against the public limited company. So the first point here, a private limited company can be formed by only 2 members, but a public limited company needs minimum of 7 members. Yes, a private limited company can be started with just 2 members, but a public limited company needs minimum 7 members. The second point of privilege is there is no need to issue prospectus because public is not invited to subscribe the shares. Yes, in a private limited company, there is no need to prepare or issue prospectus because public is not invited to subscribe the shares. Public limited company will actually issue prospectus because they have to invite and attract people and public to purchase their shares. That is in case of public limited company, but the private limited company need not prepare any prospectus, need not issue any prospectus because they need not invite public for subscribing or purchasing their shares. Next privilege of private limited company is a private limited company needs only 2 directors, but a public limited company needs minimum 3 directors. I repeat, a private limited company needs only 2 directors, but a public limited company needs minimum of 3 directors. So this is what, but the maximum number for both the types is only 15. The next privilege is a private company is not required to keep an index of members, while the public company is required to keep an index of its members. Means the name and the list and the details and particulars of the members should be maintained by the public limited company, but a private limited company is not required to keep the index of its members. So the details and particulars of the members need not be maintained in a private limited company. Now we'll just study about the next type of company, that is public company. So a public company is one which has a minimum of 7 members and no limit on maximum members. It means unlimited membership. Minimum it has to start with 7 members and the maximum it can go to any number of members. There is no restriction at all. And the second point is it has no restriction on transfer of shares. It can easily transfer shares from one holder to another holder. The owner of shares can be transferred. Ownership of shares can be transferred from one person to another person, from one member to another member. The third point is it is not restricted, or it is not prohibited from inviting public to subscribe to its shares. Yes, it has all the right, and it will invite the public to subscribe to its shares, and it will issue prospectus as well, so that it will advertise about the company. So it is not prohibited from inviting the public to subscribe to its shares. So this is all about the public limited company and private limited company. Now a brief you can say difference. We'll study the difference between a public limited company and a private limited company. So we have this 3 columns: the basis, that is the points of difference. Then we have the first column of public company, and then the third column is private company. So there we have the basis, the first point, the members. So under public limited company, members should be minimum 7, maximum is unlimited. Under private limited company, minimum 2 members and maximum is 200. The second point of basis of difference is minimum number of directors. So under public limited company, there should be minimum 3 directors, and under private company, there should be minimum 2 directors. And the index of members, the third basis of difference is the index of members. Index of members should be compulsorily maintained by the public company, and under private company it is not compulsory. They need not maintain the index or particulars of the members. The next basis of difference is transfer of shares. So under public limited company, there is no restriction at all of transfer of shares. On transfer of shares, any owner of or ownership can be transferred of shares from one person to another person. But under a private company, restriction on transfer of share is there. So they cannot easily transfer the shares from one person to another person. They are totally restricted. The last basis of difference is invitation to the public to subscribe to shares. So public limited company can invite the public to subscribe to its shares and debentures, but a private limited company cannot invite the public to subscribe to its securities. Securities means shares and debentures. So public limited company can invite the public, whereas private limited company cannot invite the public to purchase the shares. This is all for today's class, dear students. I hope you have understood. Thank you.